Hey everybody. So guess what happened today? That's right. I finally got my copy of The Life and Times of Hieronymus Aloysis Ziege, my new novel. So dig it. Look at that great Don Noble cover. Perfect. Wonderful. Beautiful. So what I decided to do was do a little bit of a reading. Like not big, just a little tiny reading. But it does include the need to read the introduction, which it's technically edited and introduced by me. Um, I wrote it, obviously, but it helps if you get the introduction first. So we're gonna just read that real quick. It's short. That short is the introduction. So, sorry, my mustache itches. Oh, wow, I need to trim that. Yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna start out with the introduction. Not much is known about Hieronymus Aloysius Ziege. In fact, until recently, the only mention of him, and it's not even by name, is in the journal of one William Clark, the second in command of the famed Lewis and Clark expedition, formerly known as the Corps of Discovery Expedition. This manuscript, for a couple of hundred years, remained in the attic of Zebulon Ziege, the many greats grandson of H.A. Ziege. It shocked historians for its honesty and its vulgarity. It was also very difficult to read due to language at the time and Ziege's near illiteracy. When this story fell into my lap, I had no choice but to research more. I read both Lewis and Clark's journals for more clues as to the mysterious and fascinating H.A. Ziege, but all I could find was the one non-name mention. To quote Clark, who was only slightly more literate than Ziege, "That ugly idjit we met in La Charrette took a pistol and shot that bear in the face point blank." Nothing more is said about that idjit in any other text until now. By the way, yeah, the spelling is really fucking atrocious. I don't know if you can. It's backwards from what I can see. Hopefully, when it airs, it'll be forward reading, but whatever. Anyway, I have, for the sake of readability, updated Ziege's language and cleared it up as much as I could without losing his voice. I hope I have been successful in this endeavor. I try not to write long introductions, so without any further ado, I move the curtain to the side and let Hieronymus Aloysius Ziege take the center stage. We're going to skip ahead a little bit for this little tiny reading. It's half of chapter 5. So let's see here. And it's about a recurring character. We'll meet him a couple more times by the end of the story. You find out who he is, and it's kind of funny that way. But I told you, it itches. Anyway, now by this point, Ziege has been part of the Corps of Discovery expedition for not a lot of time, but enough time to be familiar with everybody. So here we go with one of their discoveries in the wild. And no, it's not the alien one, and it's not the big feet one, but something. All right, let's see here. We went on our way, and on June 26th, according to Chuck's journal, we made it to Q Point, where the Kansas River joins the Missouri River. We didn't expect to see anybody living out here, but there was a ramshackle farmhouse along with a stable. We brought our boats to shore and decided to check out what was plainly an abandoned farm. As we approached the fence surrounding the house with a sinking roof, the front door opened and fell off its hinges. A white man then emerged, hairy except for the top of his head. He cast his pale blue eyes around, surprised to see the bunch of us. "Greetings," Lewis said. "No," the white man said. "No, no, 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 no." Excuse me?" Lewis asked. "I'm just trying to—" "Keep away!" the white man screamed. He retreated into his house. Lewis and Clark exchanged glances. Clark turned to York. "Maybe you should talk to him." York glanced at the house. "I ain't going in there. That white man is crazy." "No!" the white man screamed from inside his house. "Keep out! No one is coming in here!" "See," York said. Clark scowled. "You're going in there and you're going to like it." The white man burst out the front door with a bulging carpetbag in his hand. "No! White people allowed! Clark hooked a thumb at York. He ain't white. He's my slave. White people ruin everything! Go to fuck, you fucking fucks from Fuckville! The white man ran west with great purpose. I didn't imagine him returning to his home anytime soon, maybe ever. Blow me! He screamed over his shoulder. He then disappeared into the woods until we could no longer hear him muttering curses under his breath. Clark checked the stable. No horses or livestock or anything. Lewis sighed. We might as well check and see if he left anything interesting behind. A few of the men went into the house, brave men. It seemed like it could collapse under a gentle breeze. I stayed outside until they returned. They didn't find much, just a can of preserved jelly that could, conceivably, be turned into an alcoholic beverage. They also found an axe, but the head was on the rusty side, so they pitched it away. We stayed long enough for luncheon before taking to our boats again, headed ever west. I wondered if we would ever see the crazy white man again. Only time will tell. And me, because I'm telling you, you see him a couple more times. So yeah, that's from my new book, The Life and Times of Hieronymus Aloysis Ziege. And please feel free to buy as many copies as possible. Okay? All right. Thank you for paying attention to me for this little brief time. I hope we learned a lot together. Probably not, but, you know.